Hi, hello, my name's Alexis and today we're doing this look right here, which is the next installment in my rainbow series. So today's color is green and it is for mental illness awareness. So for this series I chose to do mental illness kind of as a broad thing to be discussed rather than picking certain mental illnesses because I've been affected personally by mental illness. Mental illness runs in my family and it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. So depression and anxiety run in my family and I suffer from both. Bipolar disorder has been in my family, OCD's been in my family, so just a lot of mental illness in general runs in my family, and I know there are a lot of people out there who suffer from mental illness that's much more broad on the spectrum than just depression and anxiety, which I feel are talked about a lot, which is great, but there are other things out there besides those two things. So this is for all mental illness, not just depression and anxiety. So if you are someone you know suffers from any kind of mental illness, I'll have a website linked down below for awareness, resources, general information, all kinds of stuff. So I'll have that down below to check out. But if you want to see how I did this look for mental illness awareness, then keep on watching. So I already have my base done, my brows done, and my eyes primed, so we can move right on to the fun stuff. Turning myself green, basically, is what's happening today. The first thing I'm going to do is take my Urban Decay Vice Limited Reloaded palette and take the shade Anonymous, which is down here, and just set my eyeshadow primer with that, which I should have done already, but I forgot. So just set that base so that everything blends smoothly over it. So next I'm going to take the Smashbox Cover Shop Bold palette, and I'm going to take the green, which is called Sellout, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. So I'm just going to put this in and above my crease, just to start adding some definition there. So I'm going back to my Urban Decay palette and I'm going to take the shade Mildew, which is this darker green, and I'm going to create a halo eye, so I'm going to put that on the inner and the outer corners. So right here, I'm going to have to build this up a bit. There we go. So on the outer, like third, I guess. There. And then on the inner, like third, I guess. Pretty much just the width of this brush. So just like that. I'm not going to worry about blending it just yet, just place the color down. Next I'm going to take this lighter kind of lime green shade called Acid Rain, and that's what we're going to put in the center of the lid. So right in the center that we left bare, build that up. Just like that. And then I'm just going back in with Mildew again and just re-intensifying the inner and outer corners. Now I can take a blending brush and blend all of these edges. So the top edge here, into that crease shade, and right where those two shades meet, even though when I layered them over each other they kind of blended themselves. That way everything just looks smooth and seamless. For the lower lash line I'm just taking Mildew again, which was that color we put on the inner and outer corners. And I'm going to put that on the lower lash line, all the way across. Make sure it connects to this top lid here. And then take that brush that I used to apply, what was this color called? Sellout, into the crease with, and just kind of with whatever's left on the brush, There's hair on it. Just use that to blend out this bottom lash line. And then I'm going to take Acid Rain again to highlight my brow bone. I don't want to make it too green under there, but like just a little bit of color. And the inner corner. And here I'll go a little bit more ham with the color. And then I'm going to finish off the eyes by applying black liner to my tight line and my waterline and curling my lashes and applying mascara. I'm of course using Better Than Sex Waterproof. So here are the eyes done. Nice and green and bold and dramatic, but I like it. So let's just move back on. We didn't start there. Start back. Face. First I'm going to take my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder and give myself some cheekbones. And I'm going to contour maybe a little heavy today. Not heavy, but like it's not going to be a soft contour because I'm going to want some cheekbones for this look. Dramatic cheekbones. Next I'm taking my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer and I'm going to bronze my face to add some color. Nothing too crazy here. We all know how to bronze, I think. For blush, I'm going to take my Too Faced Love Flush Blush palette and I'm going to use the shade Baby Love. Just to add a little bit of color, but because the eyes and the lips are going to be so intense, can't have a lot going on in the cheeks. So I'm going with that shade. I'm just going to pop it on my cheeks here for a little bit of color. Next, to highlight, and this is, if you wanted to create these eyes, you could just do your regular highlighting and like a nude lip and be done, but because I'm doing a green look for mental illness awareness, I'm going to do a green highlight. So I'm taking my Lorac Pro Metal palette, and I'm going to use the shade Clover, which is the green in here. So I picked some of that up on my fan brush, and I'm just going to dust it on the tops of my cheekbones. Really lightly, because I don't want it to be green, but I want a hint of green there. If you had the Kat Von D Alchemist palette, you could use whatever the green shade is in there. I don't know what it's called, but I don't have that. So I'm making do with what I have. So do you see it? You see that green highlight? Beautiful. I'm not going to take this down my nose or on my Cupid's bow because that would be crazy even for me. So I'm just going to wipe my brush clean on my color switch, and then I'm going to take the shade Quartz in here and just highlight with that. I've highlighted with this before on like a regular, like, I don't want to say daily basis, but like for a regular day look I've highlighted with this before and it looks fine. So down the nose and pile it onto the Cupid's bow. Perfect. For lips, I'm going to do a green lip also. So first I'm going to take the Sephora, what are these? Cream lip stains. This one's in the shade 29. I think it's called Dark Forest. And just apply that to my lips first. So then you could leave it at that, but I'm me and I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to take Plan 9 from Kat Von D, which is green, and put that kind of like in the center to add some brightness there, because this has some shimmer in it also, so it's going to catch the light and bring some brightness in, and it's also a bit lighter than the liquid lipstick is. So it's kind of like an ombre, kind of, not really. So I'm just putting this in the center. So I think you can see the difference. It just kind of catches the light a little bit, I can't speak today, adds a little bit of dimension. So this is the finished green look for mental illness awareness. Like I said, if you wanted to just wear the eyes out and about doing whatever, you could just put on a nude lip and a regular colored highlighter and go about your day, but because I'm trying to raise awareness, try to use as much as I could. Don't worry, the next one in this series will be a bit more wearable, I promise. This one is not, but this is the point. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All the links to all my social media will be down in the description, so check me out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!